Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Golden Thumbs here, and welcome to Golden Thumbs Gaming. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get started with the best free games for your phone. You know, my TikTok followers love this game called Touch Grind BMX 2. Sometimes I'll check out the profiles of my TikTok followers, like people that follow me or if they like a video, and this is the number one game that I see my followers playing. And honestly, the first time that I turned it on, it was one of the most addicting games I had played. And I will always look at the reviews before I download a game, whether it's free or I have to pay for it. I'm always going to look at the ratings. I'm going to look at the reviews, right? And the reviews for this game are amazing. There's so much love for this game. It has 46,000 ratings, and most of them are 5 stars. I think the average rating is like 4.8 stars. So, you can tell a lot from a rating like that, right? From a 4.8. It really shows what you can expect from a game. And right now, at least at the time that I'm recording this, it's ranked number 10 in sports on the Apple App Store. So, but one thing I got to say here, aside from the ratings, aside from the reviews, right? The most important thing to note about this game is the updates. From the time that I'm recording this, the most recent update was just 2 weeks ago. Now, let me tell you something. The more updates, the better. I played this other game called Skater, and it hasn't been updated in like 2 years. And there's good reason for that. I mean, they've been working on a console version of the game called Skater XL, and that's out now and all that, right? But all of the players for Skater app want to see an update. Anytime that they post on Instagram, people are commenting that they want an update for Skater app. So you can see why I'm impressed that Touch Grind is continually updating this BMX2 game, right? And when it comes to playing this game, there's a lot to like. I mean, you can play realistic, and you can imagine yourself on the bike. And I know that's the biggest thing that my followers always say they want, is they want to see realistic videos. They want to be able to play realistic. Listen, I play realistic myself too sometimes, right? I don't post videos of myself playing realistic, because I play unrealistic more than I do play realistic. But I know that playing realistic is important to a lot of you, which is why I'm including this in this list of the best free games that you can get for your phone, right? When you're playing it, let's say you're riding the bike in the game, or you're riding the bike in real life, if you're not going to land every trick, right? Like if you land in the game, if you land with your wheel sideways on the ground, guess what? The bike's falling over, just like you would in real life, right? So in that sense, like the game is not just going to help you land everything you try to do. Right? Like that's one big thing that I hear a lot is when I play Skater app, people will see the board and the railings acting like magnets, where the board will just sort of get pulled towards the railing. And people don't like that, right? They compare it to True Skate. Now, I don't think you can fairly compare the two games because they are built differently, right? I mean, people are going to consider True Skate to be more challenging in the sense that the board and the railing are not going to magnet together, right? And so, all that to say that this BMX2 game has a lot of realism to it. And I know that's important to you guys, so I had to include that in there. It can sound like a small thing, right? Like if you haven't played this game yet, or you're not worried about realism in the game, like it could sound like a small thing, but I will let you know that a lot of people don't like when a game feels unrealistic. And that because you might just feel like they're helping you land the tricks, and at that point, it doesn't feel challenging, right? Now, aside from the realism, I do appreciate that in the BMX2. There is room for improvement still with other things with the game, right? I mean, you can only get some maps for free. You can't get everything for free. Now, I mean, really, we want to be able to download the game. We want to be able to play all the maps for free, right? I mean, how cool would that be? Obviously, the people who make the game got to be able to make some money, right? That's fair. But, there's probably other ways that they can monetize the game. There's probably other ways that they can make money and charge for things. But the one thing that we know we all want is to download the game and play the maps for free. I hear that constantly with Skater app. It's the biggest complaint that I hear from my TikTok followers is that they have to pay for this game called Skater app, where, they see me playing it and they want it so bad, but they don't have any money for it. And so perhaps there's other ways that Touch Grind can find a way to make money from this BMX2 game and still let us play the maps for free. I don't know, but that would be super cool. And, while we're talking about Touch Grind here, we really should dive into their skateboarding game because they also have a game called Touch Grind Skate 2. I've had a lot of people hit me up about that, telling me to try that, so I have tried that. And, I've got to say, I've played my fair share of skateboarding games, and I've played all of the skate games. There's Skate 1, 2, 3, Skater XL, Skater App, True Skate, right? Anything that's out there, I've played it, right? In Touch Grind Skate 2, it felt like a happy medium between True Skate and Skater. And here's why I say that. It has the controls that feel like True Skate. But they're obviously different, right? Like, I don't want the True Skate players coming after me for saying that, right? Like, obviously the controls are different, but they remind me of the True Skate controls in the sense that it's challenging, right? It's not easy to play the game. It's not easy to do certain things. But it also has these bright graphics like Skater App, right? I feel like the contrast is a little heavy on True Skate, which is why I say that the graphics remind me of Skater more than they remind me of True Skate. But unfortunately, this True Skate or Touch Grind Skate 2, it has a lot less ratings than the BMX game. It has like 5,000 ratings compared to the 46,000 on the BMX game. But don't get me wrong, 5,000 ratings is still a lot, right? But the average rating is only 3.5 stars compared to virtually 5 stars with the BMX game, which was like 4.8, right? So, all that to say, I want to share a review here because, again, I take these ratings and reviews really important, and I want to share a review from somebody else rather than just tell you everything that I think about Touch Grind Skate 2. I want to share with you guys what this other user said on the Apple App Store by the username of KUYA326. This person says, and I'm going to paraphrase here, this is a great game, well polished, and one of the best skater games. That's a big statement. Then goes on to say, however, I have a few suggestions, like adding an option to create your own skate maps for others to play. Now I'm going to interject here. The idea was obviously inspired by Skate 3, and I love that. That's okay, right? A lot of people have been wanting Skate 4 because they want new maps, and they can't get new maps with Skate 3, but one thing that keeps Skate 3 fun for me is the ability to skate those other maps that other people create, those community maps. You're not really stuck playing just whatever EA developed. And so you get to see the creativity from people all around the world. Now, let's circle back to this review here. And I'm going to paraphrase again. This person goes on to say, another suggestion would be to add a game of Skate to one of the maps. Now, again, this is an idea obviously inspired by Skate 3 where people can play against each other. People love multiplayer games, right? And when it comes to skateboarding, whether it's in games or in real life, the most popular way of competing is to play a game of Skate. It's kind of like playing a game of horse in basketball, right? Where if I do a kickflip, you got to do a kickflip. If I do an ollie, then you got to do an ollie. And finally, I want to come back here one more time to this review that this person wrote on this Touch Grind Skate 2 because this is a good one. It says, host community events for prizes. Now, obviously, they didn't take this idea from Skate 3, right? But it was definitely inspired by True Skate because they do a lot of this, where the players can do challenges for a limited time and win prizes. So an idea like that can really help people feel like they're part of a community and instead of feeling like they're alone in a game. Let me tell you, I feel alone in all the games I play, in all the skateboarding games I've played. Skater App, there is no multiplayer mode, right? That's why I have to post my videos out there for people to see. Otherwise, you guys aren't going to see it. And Skater XL doesn't have multiplayer yet. I'm hoping in the future that they will have multiplayer for Skater XL, but as of right now, they don't have it. And Skate 3, I haven't played multiplayer in a while. I used to play multiplayer a lot, but I just haven't done that in a long time. I am ready to talk about the final game on this list. I've already mentioned it, True Skate. And again, thank you so much, guys, for sticking around here through the podcast. The fan base for True Skate is so strong. I have never seen a more passionate group of players TrueScape players are always in my comments, and so I've heard them far and wide, everything that they want, right? They love being a part of the community of players on social media. They love the challenges, the realism. I've even heard that they love the physics of the game, right? That it reminds them of real fingerboard. And the one big complaint that I've heard in recent months about TrueScape is that they want new maps. And they want new places to skate, right? And really, I can't blame anybody for that, right? That is the most common feedback for any skateboarding game. We heard it with Skate 3 for the longest time. We hear it with Skater App, and I'm sure we'll be hearing it with Skater XL when enough time passes, right? So, although I do have to give a quick shout out to Skater XL because they recently announced that they are bringing community maps to the game, meaning that we're going to be able to play maps created by other players. Now, the game did come with 3 maps that were created by other people, but it sounds like they're expanding that. We're going to be able to play more games by other people. How that's going to work, what the details are, I don't know yet. They haven't released it yet. All they've really said is that they're expanding the community maps, and it sounds like it's going to be around the holiday season. The holidays are approaching, right? It's coming up. Christmas is around the corner. Everything else is coming up soon too. So Thanksgiving is coming up. I'm excited for that, right? So here's the thing here. I'm going to be diving more into Skater XL and this new update in the next podcast episode. But real quick, I want to pull this back to TrueScape. I believe there was a blackout on social media during the summer of 2020 where some of the larger TrueScape players actually stopped posting videos from the game, and the idea was to take a stance and show their desire for new maps, right? Now, I don't know if TrueScape is working on new maps. I mean, I certainly hope they are, but one thing I do know is that they're doing some sick development work. Over the summer, they launched a new feature where you can put legs on your board. And that was kind of a big deal because it hints at what the future of TrueScape might look like. We went from just having a skateboard to now having feet and legs, and I really doubt that they're going to stop there. So why would you just develop the legs when they could add a whole body and a head? It's really possible that someday we're going to have customizable characters in TrueScape that we can use, right? I mean, when you think about it, they already have the features to customize your grip tape and move items around the maps, so why would they not give you the ability to customize your character? And it would make sense if this happened, right? Because we see this capability with all the console games for skateboarding. Skate 3, Skater XL, just a couple examples that let you customize your character. So it would be sick if a mobile game would let us customize a character. But I know there's a lot of you out there that don't use the legs, and that's okay. It's cool. When it first came out, I heard a lot of people on social media who had feedback that wasn't positive, right? And I still see more people playing the game without the legs than I do see people playing it with the legs, right? And again, that's cool. I don't care one way or another whether you use the legs or you don't, but one player in particular by the name of Durf Mode on Instagram has really stood up for the legs feature. Me and Durf Mode get along great. He's a great guy, and I hope to have him on a future podcast. But, when the leg feature first came out, he was telling people in the captions of his videos that this is just the beginning of the legs, and that we would all just have to be patient in waiting for improvements, right? And I think that's fair enough. Whether or not you try the legs and you like them, there are people out there who like using the legs. And it's cool that TrueScape makes the legs available before they're perfected. See, this is what really helps a game stand out from others, right? And it's why I had to include TrueScape in this list of the top free games that you can get for your phone, right? They're actively involved in their community. And they can put out a new feature like the legs that aren't perfected yet and get feedback from the players so that they can make everybody happy. Or at least as many people as they can, right? Now, in the next episode, I'll be joined by my good friend who goes by the name Mr. Chivalry on Instagram and TikTok. He's got some really cool videos in Skater App and Skater XL. He's definitely blowing me away in Skater XL. I can't keep up with this guy. So we'll be diving into those two games in that episode. Personally, I'm really excited for it. We've really challenged each other in those 2 games, and honestly, a couple of his trick requests that he sent to me, I ended up using them in my videos, and those couple of videos did well over 1 million views combined. So that was really cool. And definitely be sure to tune in to that next episode. It's so much fun to make friends with people who enjoy the same games as you, because you teach each other things, you challenge each other to get better, and you have somebody to play with, right? Again, thank you for listening. This has been an episode of Golden Thumbs Gaming. My name is Golden Thumbs, and together we will make this the #1 podcast in gaming.